is up? This is the Silver Screen Savants. Oh, shoot, I forgot to put the title. Let me fix that because I just realized what I did.
This is the show with no name.
Gosh! One day I'm going to get it right.
It's all good.
Yeah, this is the Silver
Thank God for editing.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. But this was your pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I should call thank God for editing the name of the title. I should call it that. It's a joke. This is a movie that didn't have much pictures on Google for characters and stuff.
There's actually not a lot of information, which is kind of surprising. I mean, obviously it's one that's not talked about much. I came out in 1978. I think I saw this in theaters when I was probably about 8 years old. I think it came out there because I know, I didn't realize they had changed the name to Shipwreck later, but at the time that I saw it in the theaters, it was Sea Gypsies. So, and it's always kind of stayed in my head during that time when you had stuff like Pete's Dragon and all that out at the same time. But obviously, it's a film about a family, a father and his two daughters that go on this trek across the world in their boat, and they take on this woman who's a journalist for a magazine to kind of cover the story. But initially, it was supposed to be another guy, but she got thrown in as a replacement. It was kind of like a butting of heads initially, but she gets thrown on, and then we also have, I forgot, there's a little black boy who's a stowaway, Jesse, who ends up on the boat as well. So you have 5 people trekking across the waters, and then the oldest daughter, who's still only about like a teenager or whatever, she's helping her dad kind of like drive the ship and sailboat and stuff like that. But they come across a storm, and it ends up hitting some rocks. They get away on a boat, a lifeboat, and get to the shores from a nearby island. And that's kind of like where our story really kind of starts for the most part, as they try to survive. They try to find ways to flag down any passing ships or planes. It's all about getting food. And so our main guy, Robert Logan, who is an actor, apparently they did a lot of these kind of movies back in the late 70s. He's our main guy, Travis McClane, not related to John McClane at all. But also his daughters, Courtney and Samantha. And interesting thing about Courtney McClane, played by Heather Rattray, is on Kevin's channel for the Basket Case franchise that we did a while back. She was in one of the Basket Case movies. So that was kind of funny that there's a connection there with that. But the youngest, played by Shannon Saylor, Samantha, is probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6 maybe in this. Maybe a little older. And then, of course, we have Mikki Jamison is playing Kelly Zimmerman. That's the magazine journalist that's traveling with them. So they get to the island, and it's basically they have to start hunting and trying to find food. And, of course, at first, McClane and Jesse go out, the young boy, once they discover he's on the ship. He actually falls overboard at one point. They have to go back and get him. But basically, McClane and Jesse go out and try to hunt down caribou. So this is all taking place in the Alaskan wilderness. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to like kill caribou. He's always got like this stick with like a little pocket knife on it. And that's really not suitable for what he's doing, but he tries to pretend he's like this great hunter and survivalist or naturalist. And so it's kind of funny in that way. And then you get some moments where the girls kind of connect. So Kelly and Courtney and Samantha, especially with Kelly and Courtney kind of bond, and they go out to get they end up grabbing a geese or a duck in some weird way.
Mhm.
Which is out there. But I don't know. What is your first impressions of the movie when you first started watching it?
Oh, hi, Kevin. First off, yeah. Why is it echoing? But to me, my first impressions were, I thought this movie was interesting. I get the one movie that comes to mind when I watch this movie is I see Swiss Family Robinson style vibes. That's the closest movie that I think I could get with this.
Yeah, that's when they put this movie up on IMDb. The recommendations that come as one of them, Swiss Family Robinson. So it has a similar vibe and feel of that. Which, when you look at this film, it has a combination of a movie that could be either a TV movie or something from that era where it's more just a family, almost Hallmark type of family movie in some ways.
And the one I was going to say also, the one Swiss Family Robinson I'm talking about is I think it's 1960. I just want to fact check that now. Yes, it's 1960. That's the one it reminds me of the most, the 1960, which is
I probably saw that at some point too. Back then, but
that's the one that James McArthur in it, and Tommy Kirk is in it.
Okay.
It's the one that's the Disney one, that the named after the house or whatever, where the tree house, that's the one where it's best known. Because I think that's where all the Disney stuff happened. Yes. Wow, there's a lot.
Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a lot in it, and the movie we're talking about is a survival film, also.
Yeah. I guess, like I said, Robert Logan, who plays the main character, he apparently was known for doing roles around this time where he was always a child protector. His roles that he took on were all kind of like this, where he had kids and he had to kind of protect them or be the good father or whatever. And so he seemed very natural in the role as a naturalist and stuff like that. But the thing that always kind of got me at the time, I think, with this one was because being young, and especially around the time when I was seeing a lot of movies in the drive-ins and stuff like Jaws or Orca or even Tentacles, this one has a lot of animals in it, a lot of different stuff going on. You got wolves, you've got seals, you've got orcas, you've got Kodiak bears. So you got a lot of different things that are going on in this, and that's kind of adding to the tension of the film, where this family has to kind of survive. But the other thing is and I don't know if you really kind of got the vibe at all either, but I actually kind of appreciated the acting. I thought the acting was actually pretty good for pretty much people that really have no names, in my opinion. They're just not really well known at all.
Yeah.
There was one scene later with Kelly, the journalist, where her and Courtney and the younger girl come up to an abandoned cabin where there's a German Shepherd that's there, and there's a person that had been in a plane crash that got stranded there with his wife or killed or something, and the other two died, and his body was broken, so he was kind of stuck on that cot bed in there.
He was basically he was dead.
Yeah, well, yeah. But he had left a journal, and that there was this moment where she's reading it to Travis McClane, and she's breaking down because she felt so bad for the guy that he was so lonely, and just the only thing he had was the dog that was still alive and still trying to guard the house to protect him, even though he was long gone by that point.
And I another scene that I get reminders of from Swiss Family Robinson with this one is where they're swinging in front of the ropes and having the entertainment and stuff from that water scene. It is definitely an interesting scene. It's like this came out after Swiss Family Robinson, so I mean, I just see a lot of similarities between both movies in a sense.
Well, I don't doubt it. Like I said, I probably have seen Swiss Family Robinson. I just don't remember it. I mean, if I watched it now, I probably would. But I don't know. I was thinking about this one the other day, and I thought, you know what? I haven't really seen it in such a long time. And granted, the video we watched was pretty grainy, so I have no idea if they have a better version of that film out there anywhere. But I don't know. It was one I saw as a kid, so it kind of just sticks in my mind as one that I saw during that time. And again, as a kid, I think that's also the other thing, is that I could appreciate the tension in the film, even though now I know a lot more about sea life and how they behave and stuff. That moment when the journalist is on the raft and McClane is going back to the shipwreck off the coast to try to get more tools and stuff. And they have that pet seal that's been running around with them. So at first, Travis comes up and he's talking to Kel, and he's like, they see the seal. He's like, yeah, man, I thought that thing was a shark. And then like he goes back down and realizes there's an orca in the area. And so an orca really isn't going to hurt anybody, but because, as a kid, for myself, and of course the character of Kelly, she has no idea what the orca's intentions are, and comes up and kind of screams at her as it's looking for the sea lion. But again, then you have the Kodiak moments with the bear, like terrifying, like chase him around. It gets one point, it gets Travis, who's crawling inside the wreckage of that little plane that the guy crashed in initially, and pushes him down the hill. I'm like, damn, you barely got away with that one.
Yeah, I think the bear scenes are interesting also, as it's like a survival movie. You get those bear aspects with this film as well. Stranded on an island, having to survive for yourself. It's really interesting for sure.
I think the only thing that's kind of funny is I think, to my recollection, the family was really only on the island for like 2 or 3 months, I think, at most. And it was kind of funny to me during that time. Now, granted, the premise ahead of time is that Travis's wife had passed away a year earlier, so it was just him and the girls, and they were kind of doing this trek just to kind of do self-reflection or whatever. But then probably within a little bit after a month, Travis is getting all cozy with Kelly, and the girls are teasing him about him being in love. And then you get that ending scene, of course, he's like asking her to marry. I'm like, damn, dude, that's fast work within a few months. But then again, they were through a big ordeal. Hey, kitty cat. Yeah, Hazel's stretching out on Missy's lap.
But I think it's one that's interesting for sure. I
was trying to find out if there was, because obviously these aren't like special effects or props. These are real animals. So I was trying to find any kind of information on how, because I noticed one thing about the orca too. It has like a bent fin, so I knew it was like probably shot in a pool, like maybe with like Shimu or whatever, like whatever whale was existing back then. Because normally orcas will have straight fins out in the wild, and this one did not. So clearly they were using one that was trained to kind of behave in a certain way. But you have the bear, you had wolves out there. I don't know if that was just stock footage because they were eating the caribou that he was trying to bring back for food. You had a moose that Jesse runs into. So they had like a lot of different animals out there. I was trying to figure out any information that kind of told us like how many of them were trained, and like you don't know if any of them were hurt or anything like that. So I couldn't find anything. There's not a lot of information on this film.
Which is
It was
weird.
directed by Stuart Raphael, though, and cinematographer Tom McHugh. I will say the music's by Fred Steiner, but the music now is really dated and really crappy. But but back then, I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Oh, but I do see some other films that he directed. So he did another kind of funny film in 1984 called The Ice Pirates. That's pretty funny. Oh, he did Tammy the T-Rex too. Go figure.
Tammy the T.
And he did the 98 version of the new Swiss Family Robinson film. So he's been busy.
I would say that's the sequel in a sense, because
Probably.
if that's the one that I'm thinking of, hold on, I'm looking it up while I talk, but Lost in wait, okay, so there was I think it's a television series.
Well, that one I think is an actual movie, but I'll have to look here.
It might have been Beverly. You said the new, okay.
Yeah, it's called The New Swiss Family Robinson.
It's a TV movie.
Yeah. But it has, well, this is funny though, because it has a lot of bigger names. Because you got Jane Seymour, David Carradine, James Keach. That's hilarious.
David Carradine
Yeah.
is in that news, in Jane Seymour. And I remember it because I remember it because there's a panther, there's like a black panther in the movie. And it's been ages.
Yeah. They say there's some orangutans in it.
Yeah.
That's funny. You've seen that film, but you hadn't seen this one before.
But that might be the one. Or
he did Mannequin too. I have to see who was in that, because that the first Mannequin movie I love. Oh, Christy Swanson, and pretty much all I recognize. I thought, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, the movie's pretty straightforward. It's really just about them trying to survive for the few months while trying to get rescued. But that's kind of the other funny thing. They end up having this like portable radio that they only have spare batteries for.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow they're able to time it where they turn it on. And it's just actually giving you the news bits that they want to hear. I'm like, dude, that's such great timing. How can you possibly do that, even not on purpose?
But yes, I see a lot of similarities for sure between Swiss Family Robinson and this movie. Like, that's the most common movie that comes to mind for me in terms of movies.
Well, it's probably, no doubt, it's probably very blueprinty, following in a lot what Swiss Family Robinson was doing, like in terms of plot. So it doesn't surprise me if that's what they were going after. See if I can get any information here. Let's see. So the film is a near technical disaster as city folk attempt to survive in the wilds of Alaska. That's not really a review.
Yes, for sure. I have seen that 88 Swiss Family Robinson. I wanted to make sure.
Great movie for young children. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that one gave it a 6 out of 10. Or maybe that's how they all are. But. I mean, it was pretty accurate with the animals. So, like, at least from a accuracy standpoint of the creatures that existed there, like the bears and the wolves and caribou and stuff like that. The salmon swimming upstream that they were catching. Although that was another one where I'm kind of like, okay, so you're cooking your fish, which is a lot of them, but it's going to go bad if you let it sit. You don't have a refrigerator or anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no, here. Oh, okay. So here we go. You go from one review, it's saying god awful from 1 out of 10. And then you have the next person say it's a 10 out of 10. There's actually quite a few high scores for it, surprisingly.
You want me to go over the plot of this movie? Is this one?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So the movie starts with two girls driving towards a boat while people are getting interviewed about their big trip. Some people decide to sneak on board the boat. A family's going on an expedition. I really get Swiss Family Robinson vibes with this film. Okay. That's the only question I could figure out with this one. I'm like, scatterbrained with this one because it's like all this stuff I've already got seen from this other movie. So it's like, I get it, One of the family members starts to journal the expedition. When one of the girls comes downstairs, she discovers that an orphan has sneaked aboard the ship. After eating food, Jesse goes overboard and the man saves the orphan when he is close to the boat. The next night, there is a huge storm and the boat is capsized and the family escapes the boat in life rafts and they walk to an island. The orphan and the man go hunting food. They find a deer caught in a mud trap and rescue it. A musk ox chases after. See, this is what I had never heard of an animal called a musk ox till this movie. So a musk ox, and it's a real thing actually.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it's Alaskan. A musk ox chases after the man and the orphan. They climb trees to escape it. When they return from the quest for food, they return with eggs and they meet a seal as a friend. After a rainstorm, Travis goes out hunting and kills an animal for food for the family. When Travis goes to get water to drink, he has a close encounter with wolves. The two men catch birds and they eat them when Travis comes back with game. The next day, Travis scouts the land with his binoculars. The family sees bears grabbing fish out of the water, so the family decides to do the same as well. So they cook them for dinner, for food. They hear a plane fly overhead and light a fire as a signal for the plane to see them, but the plane flies beyond them. After the girls go swimming, they find a log cabin and discover a journal and a dog left behind, like you were saying. Jesse and Travis, these are the only two character names I could catch with this movie. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but those are the only two names I could catch with the movie. I didn't hear other characters' names mentioned, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jesse and Travis go exploring more of the island. When a bear comes investigating, Travis hides in a plane wreckage and Jesse hides in a bush as the bear goes away. Travis goes swimming and has a close encounter with a whale. They cut trees and start making a boat with rope. They name the boat the Sea Gypsies. In their cabin, the bear comes back, attacks the family. One of the family members with a gun wards off the bear. Now, it doesn't explain where they found the gun or anything like that. That would have been nice little details as well.
Well, they probably misrepresented because the gun that they're referring to is actually one that Jesse had, which was a flare gun that he shot at the bear, chasing it away initially. So it's not a real gun. It was just a flare gun that he managed to like burn the bear or whatever.
Uh-huh. The family of the dogs escape off the island and they are rescued.
And that's it. That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, like this is more of like a family movie for those that just kind of like some drama with happy endings and yada yada yada. But you know, as a kid, again, like I was there mainly for the animals. I could care less about the humans. Like even when Jesse was banging doing his drum work on that plane wing, I was expecting the bear to eat him. They just didn't satisfy me when it came to that.
And you know what's funny with this one? Also, they add music into the movie. Like there are times where they're only singing songs. I'm like, what the heck are they singing? I've never heard these so-called songs.
Yeah, basically like one main theme song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's like anything else. Like this is not going to be a long review. It's just not a lot going for it in terms of plot. I wish they would give me a little bit more trivia on it because I'm curious about some of the other things that that were involved with the movie itself, but they're just not giving me anything.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of it's just like synopsises of the plot itself, which we've already given. They did call it the Aleutian Islands, and so I'm not quite sure where that is. Maybe. Well, I know that, but like where at? Like specifically, is it like it's off the coast?
It's like, and there used to be a naval base, an army. I think a naval base or an army base for the U.S. there, but they're very sparsely populated. That's where I was working the first time I went out on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an islands comprise of 150 mostly volcanic islands extending 12,000 miles west of Alaska Peninsula. So that makes sense because I was thinking if they were in Alaska, they could just walk basically to the nearest city, but they were probably off one of those real random sporadic islands that are off the coast. So technically, though, they were still in good hands because probably a lot of ships passed through there anyway. Mm-hmm. Really?
Not that far, no.
Huh. Well, I'm thinking maybe
some fishing ships.
Yeah, but I was thinking.
Hi, Tony. I just noticed you there.
What's up, hands? But I thought like because you're looking at, if I'm just thinking of the map, you got Alaska, and then there's like towards the bottom, there's like a hook where it's like, is that part of the Aleutian Islands or okay?
All the little dotted islands.
Yeah.
Out towards the west.
Okay. Yeah. So they might have been in one of those. Did you get the impression though, like at the beginning of the film, like when they were talking about how he built his own ship, and you know, first thing that comes to my mind when it says he built his own ship was that it might be the Titanic.
Tony's talking to you in chat. LOL, hands, he said.
Yeah, what's up, hands? Hans, booby.
See, I think Tony would not like this movie.
He would hate this movie.
Oh boy.
I should just force it upon him for the fucking sake of it.
Yeah.
He would probably kick me off the show at that point.
Uh-oh, Tony, you hear that?
Oh God.
He's calling you. He said he's talking.
He says he's handsome. That's what he's saying about himself. Oh, don't do that, Neko. Come on.
I don't think he heard me.
No thanks.
Neko says he's handsome. Like, come on. Don't blow up his ego. He's got a fat head as it is. I don't need more fat head over there. But just a note for some people, Tori and I did our top 10 movies of Ghouls of Midnight today earlier, so check it out if you get a chance.
Oh, hearts. Hearts.
That must be for Neko. It ain't for me. All right.
I was going to point out there is a goof from IMDb.
Mhm.
And this is what Anne Robinson said. She must have been a film critic back in the day or something. It says, it was noted on episode number 21.26, 1988, that Kelly Zimmerman, Mikki Jamison-Olsen claims in the film that they have been shipwrecked for 45 days, yet a newsreader on a radio broadcast later gives the number as 35.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing, right? Okay.
Oh, I found another thing. Just factual errors. This is another factual error. Travis and Jesse attempt to hunt musk ox only to have the tables turned on them. Musk ox are not native to Alaska, and while some have been reintroduced in recent years, none are anywhere near the Alaska Panhandle, where the story takes place. Similarly, Kodiak bears do not inhabit the Panhandle, but the Kodiak Archipelago is close enough that this is a minor quibble. There's a crew or equipment visual also listed. It says, when Jesse climbs a tree to escape a bear, the legs of men on the deserted island can be seen at the top of the tree there to help the actor up. The goof was noted and a clip was shown.
Okay, so here's an interesting factoid. Okay. So around the same year, obviously, that John Carpenter's Halloween got released, the girl that's riding with Mikki Jamison, who plays Kelly Zimmerman, the journalist, at the beginning in the Volkswagen, the girl driving is Nancy Kyes, who also played Annie Brackett in the original Halloween film. So that's cool. Like, that's pretty wild. I wonder how she got suckered into that one. Dude, she's actually in a lot of films. She was in The Fog. Assault on Precinct 13. That's a great movie. She was in Lady Boss about Jackie Collins.
I think I watched that.
Did you? All right.
Yes, you are correct, though, about the critic reviews. I see some different reviews on IMDb for what was said about it, like the featured review. It's a whole at whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There are people on IMDb giving it 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10. There's like 2 10 out of 10, 3 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, so like I said, Logan, the main guy, he must have done like a shit ton of these movies. He did Across the Great Divide, where he has a picture of him in a snowy mountainscape with a daughter and looks like young son. And then he did The Adventures of the Wilderness Family, which again, he has him on a raft with a couple of like a wife or maybe a kid. So he was known for doing all these like survivalist, naturalist movies where he had to be the hero to keep his family safe or whatever. So certainly, it looks like he also did The Further Adventures of the Wilderness Family. So it doesn't stop there. Oh my God. All right. Final thoughts and rating.
Your turn. You go first.
No. You go first.
Okay.
My pick, you go first.
Okay, fine. Do you want me to say my score also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Be honest. Be honest.
It comes back to what I said in the question about this movie. I said, this movie reminds me of Swiss Family Robinson so much. It's finally weird. I don't know why I said that, but it does. I say it's a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
So roughly around what critics are saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, like this is just a film that it is a childhood favorite, but like it's not one I watch a lot. This is the first time I've watched it since I saw it in the theater, so it's not like I die to see this every day. But certainly a fun time watch if you're just into kind of like a little bit of family movies. It's I think you said it the other day. You just kind of shut your brain off and let it play. But the acting was good. Like it's still convincing acting for me. The actors took it seriously and had a good time with it. But overall, not the greatest movie on the planet by far, especially when you have a lot of other movies around that time period, kind of dealing with similar themes. But I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10.
I think I just figured out what we want to do on the next episode.
What's that? It's your pick, right?
Mm-hmm. And this is one I have not seen to the full end.
Okay.
We're going Arnold.
Ah.
And I think you'll know what it is once
Arnie.
This one.
Ooh, that will be fun.
I think we should get Anthony with that one. I think Anthony would. I don't know. Has Anthony ever seen?
I'm sure he has.
I have not seen it to the fullest, so that'll be a fun.
But then again, Anthony surprised me sometimes when he says he hasn't seen something. I'm like, what?
I think this movie might have a big anniversary coming up. If I'm not mistaken.
I think this one came out in what, 85? So yeah, it's probably about 35. Let's see, what is it? 85, 95, 2005, 2015, almost 40 years old.
I'm surprised.
That's crazy, man. I feel old now.
I'm surprised Kevin hasn't done when it hits that number, I'm surprised he hasn't done like a
well, I mean, he does his retro thing and we go back and forth, so eventually he might touch this film. We did Raw Deal not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we're looking for films that haven't been talked about much, for stuff like that.
I would say Commando is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
85. Its anniversary was October 4th.
Also has Vernon Wells, who's an amazing actor.
I know Vernon Wells from my childhood. Sorry, I flipped up there for a second.
Yeah, so that'd be a good film to do.
I've never seen all the way through, so I mean, I guess it counts as a blind, pick.
Sure. You'll probably end up loving it. It's one of Arnie's best.
They say that Arnie's best is like the Terminator, also the original, which I've seen.
I think for me, it's always going to be Conan the Barbarian. Will always be my favorite.
And I bet Terminator's right around there as well.
Well, it's funny is Terminator is really good, but there is a part of me that likes Terminator 2 more. I think it's just because Cameron stepped it up so much.
Well, you're gonna be surprised. That's one I never saw a sequel to Terminator, so.
Oh wow, that's big deal.
That could be a future. I've seen some of Terminator 3, not in full. I think the last I stopped after Genesis.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen them all, but none of the sequels outside of Terminator and T2 are even worth it.
Maybe
to me,
I would say maybe 1, 2, and 3 are probably worth it. But
I don't even like anything beyond T2.
And then the fact that they tried to remake it,
Mm-hmm. But sure, yeah. All right. Well, for me coming up, obviously, I've got Tuesday. I've got Kaiju Spotlight with Kevin Lambert doing Shimu.
Predator is his favorite Arnold movie. Tony's Predator Commando, the 6th day.
Wow, he likes the 6th day. Huh? Interesting. That's one I didn't expect to see on his list. So yeah, I have the Kaiju Spotlight for Shima with Kevin Lambert, and then of course Wednesday, Ghouls of Midnight with Tony. We're doing our alternate picks again. I'm going to be doing Deathstalker 2025, and he'll be doing Silent Night, Deadly Night as his pick. Then Friday, Neko and I are going to be doing another Cultureverse. Just talking about a couple of, we're reacting to a couple of videos about pop culture and stuff like that. Saturday, getting together with Kevin Lambert again for a talk about Middle Earth with Lord of the Rings and the Hobbitses. And then, of course, Silver Screen Savants. Are you picking this one for this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, so then a Commando. Yeah. So that is basically what I've got.
He was also now saying that Tony just mentioned another one that he likes with Arnold other than the 6th day. He says,
yeah, I think that's the one with Gabriel Byrne. I kind of forget the name of it too, though.
End of Days?
Yes. Thank you. That's it. End of motherfucking days.
I think that's one I've seen bits and pieces of as well. Who knows? In the future, that could be one to talk about. I've seen some of it on when Sci-Fi airs it, or I can't remember what channel airs it during Halloween, but one of them does.
I think we should do Kindergarten Cop.
Total Recall, the
real Running Man. Yeah.
Oh, he enjoys T2 more than 1.
Yeah, I mean T1's good, but it's more gritty. But the second one is just like a big blast. Like it's just fun. It's a lot different in presentation than the first one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, upcoming content for me. I just got started today on the Henshin Revolution outro. So I gotta make intro outro for Henshin Highlight eventually. I need to start making the intro outro for my neck alongside the Henshin Revolution stuff. I gotta do the intro outro for I need to start the spotlights, and I think what we can do, I'll let you just choose one instead of just doing them all. Make it easier. Instead of
So I'm choosing a character, or what am I choosing?
So you are choosing a character.
Mm-hmm.
You could do multiple characters. It's up to you.
Well, no, I don't mind the one
You could
character
do-
thing, but am I choosing a character from any kind of universe or any kind of?
You could do any media.
Oh, well, shit! I already know what I'm gonna do then.
Yeah, but what it is you choose a character that is unknown and uncommon is what it would be.
Oh, well, Darth Maul is pretty known though.
That's why I said.
Oof. Okay. I have to think about it, but I think I know where I'm going to go with it. Yeah, I think
It'd be fun to talk about that character. Do a show where you talk about those characters that are uncommon or unknown. Give them the love they deserve. I mean, filmography, books, could be comic books, movies, video games, TV shows, anime, all kinds of media. In other words.
Now, do they have to be do they have to have a backstory? Which I think the character I have in mind might, because I know the movie's based off a comic, I think, but I'm not sure if the character is just made up or not. So does it have to have a background, or is it just, can I take it from a movie and say, I want to talk about this guy?
If you want to do that, you can.
Okay.
Because for example, just geeks, I said, hey, do you want to do Miles Morales? Because Miles is so up and coming. He hasn't gotten his sea legs in a sense. And it's one that I think needs to be discussed because a lot of people, he's so unknown. He's more well known. He's more known in the comics than the video game. He's kind of getting known in the video games a little bit more because he's a current star in the Spider-Man games with Peter Parker. So yes, that's one thing. That's one show, the Spotlight Delight. I'm also going to be working on the intro for the Popcorn Splash show, which is going to be the Movie Talk podcast show. It's going to be where I'm going to go over all the big news from that week. And sometimes I'll probably throw in a top 10. Good night, Tony.
Night hands.
In terms of movie news, I've already heard from a teaser that the Supergirl trailer is releasing this week, in fact. So it'll be fun to kind of do my first real trailer reaction to something, because I haven't actually filmed any, because I'm kind of waiting to see stuff that I maybe might want to go see in the cinema. That's what I've been doing for that. I mean, there is stuff for example, The Boys came out, the trailer for that, the last season.
Yeah, I got to do a reaction to that yet. I didn't finish last season yet.
I haven't seen all of The Boys. I don't have Amazon, so I would have to watch that off some other site thing. That's just an example of something. I am gonna do Me and Geek also. I didn't put it on the notes on the thing yet, but eventually we are going to do a review over season 1 of Percy Jackson, because I think this show needs to be discovered. It needs to be checked out. A lot of people didn't like the movies, okay? But here's the positives. It's from the author is behind the show, in fact. So the source material is more upwards than down, and somebody saying, oh, it's a downward show. And also, the Percy Jackson series is made for young adults and adults in general. So definitely got to check it out if you've never seen it. Get a first episode.
How many seasons is it?
There's only one right now. The next season comes out this month. Here in next week, I think. I think it comes out the 17th. In fact, it's really something you can like turn your brain off on and just give it a watch. Check it out for yourself. You might actually fall in love with it enough that like you like it enough, that you'll watch the second season. You might even like it enough that you and Neko, for example, might do a season 1 review of it, when you watched it all. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I don't know if we ever done any season reviews with her anyway. Not usually. See, she would do a season review if it included like Gilmore Girls or Sex and the City. That would be her season review. And she could do it without even watching them again. She could just get on right now and say, okay, this is what happens, and this is how it goes, and this is what happens.
Other than that, also gameplay, I'm trying to now redo it because I looked it up. Can I save the footage to the hard drive like storage thing? I can't really, because I would have to format it onto the computer, do that, and so that's not going to be fun. So I might have to get a capture card or something, and record it onto that. I got to look into it. We also are doing Expedition Mythology. I'm going to work on the intro for that as well.
So when you do your character specific shows, do you have like a thumbnail in mind, or are you just doing random and then just kind of doctor it up to say whatever? Because I have a picture I would send you that I want you to use for my character, but I didn't know if you had something specific that you were doing.
I haven't decided if I want to just use the characters. That might be a cool idea, for the kind of like maybe how you do. I guess is that a safe way to say that's how you do it? Your stuff like the Godzilla spotlight, you just use the characters in a sense.
Yeah. So like aside from Godzilla, if I like Shimo, it's going to be just about Shimo, the kaiju itself. Like, it's not about the movie. We'll talk a little bit about the movie, but it's more about the kaiju, its powers, what it means to the monsterverse, etc. It's just a history of the particular kaiju.
Yes, I know for a fact. I got with Kevin on the spotlight thing as well, so he was going to get back when he's figured out who he wants to do as well, and then also Anthony as well. The only one that I kind of chose was Walt Jedi because I think this character that I chose definitely needs to be talked about. I mean, he's only in the Clone Wars, so to my knowledge also, I don't think he was ever in the live action, like the Siege animated Clone Wars stuff. So that's why I kind of also say you need somebody like that character because but for sure Expedition Mythology might be like Savants, it's a different take on stuff where you could go into Percy Jackson even because Percy Jackson is mythology. You could even go into the Clash of the Titans Immortals, I believe is the name of the other Greek mythology movie. Odyssey, all kinds of cool mythological, even the one that you guys talked about today, Excalibur's in that realm of mythology. The thing I will say about the Expedition Mythology, there are so many places, realms, and stuff that you can go into with something like Expedition Mythology or some, you know, that's just a name that just stands out when you do like when you talk about that stuff.
Hmm.
And then Assassin's Creed 2 is the Let's Play that will. What I can also do instead of putting an intro in it is I could just record it and upload it. You know, like how people. I'm sure you've seen how people just put the VOD up, you know, on their channels and stuff. So that way, I just. Oh, also, we have the Game Awards on Thursday. I keep on forgetting that. And then,
but you're not streaming that though, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are gonna do it on stream?
Yes, I signed up. So I was looking through everything on their Game Awards thing, and anyone can stream the show for free. So anyone, sorry, let me rephrase that. I signed up on their Game Awards site to be a co-streamer, and that enables me to stream the show for free.
Oh, okay.
On there. So it'll be through StreamYard, and yes, it'll be live. And I, you know, it's something I'm really looking forward to. There's a lot of, I think we're getting some big Diablo DLC as well.
Well, yeah, they've been talking about.
Yeah, I've heard
season 11 as well as another expansion coming out. So,
and that'll be just a fun time, you know, with a lot of good people just chilling, hanging, watching Game Awards. I think that'll be fun for everybody. I don't. Yeah, that's the only things I think I've got upcoming, and then Commando on Sunday. So I think Commando, you are correct about one thing. I think I'm gonna like it a lot.
Brony, what's up, dude? Better late than never.
Yeah. Yeah, hi Brony. You're a little bit late, but you're here. That's what matters. But then so, and then there might be also some more solo ideas pitched in, you know, along the way. Like I was thinking of one, me and you, why I want to do maybe before the end of this month is up, I want to do a little special with you about why the Evil Dead remake from 2011 works so well on Savants as a special. And then maybe on that thing, maybe I could do my top whatever of the year as well.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, that's just an idea. It's only up to you if you want to do like something like that. Why?
Well, are we comparing it to the original, like when we're talking about it?
Why, you know, why it deserves? See, a lot of people, what I noticed is a lot of people don't like it as much as, like, say, Evil Dead 2, or, you know, or Evil Dead.
Well, I mean, it does, like the 2013. It ranks third on my list, but
2 is probably number 1.
Yeah, 2. Then I have Army of Darkness, and then of course the remake or the reboot, 2013.
So, yes, why the remake? Why the remake should maybe? Here's an idea, just saying off point. Why the remake should have been in place of the original? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not really a comparison. Why, in other words, why the 2013 works as a standalone movie. I think eventually, though, and I haven't seen Rise, but I could be wrong. I've seen all the others besides Rise. But
Rise is good. Rise is fun.
Why this is a start of cinematic universe for Evil Dead could be a discussion as well with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, this has been the Silver Screen Savants, episode 27. We'll be back next Sunday for Commando, I think. Yeah, Commando, which is one I'm really looking forward to checking out. I was gonna say you can check this movie out on places if you want. Does it deserve a watch? Yes, in a sense, because if you like Swiss Family Robinson and all that stuff, definitely go check
See Gypsies.
Yes. If you like Swiss Family Robinson, all night.
Yeah, if you're someone that has kids or you just kind of want to sit down with like a more family-oriented film that's a little bit fun. I mean, it's dated a little bit, but it's still a little bit fun. A lot of cool animals in there. A little bit of tension, some good acting. It's not like a masterpiece by any means, but if you just want to have fun and look at an old school family movie, then check it out. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
But we will see you on Sunday, but we'll be live on Thursday also for the Game Awards, reacting and watching that live. So yes, you can check that out on here on YouTube. I got a co-stream thing signed up for that. So and the good news is it's one of those awards where you can co-stream the Game Awards for free. You don't have to pay. And I don't think you should.
All right.
But we will see you all next Thursday and then Sunday but until then, see you next time.